The storm was fierce that morning, the sea boiling under gray skies as the Royal Navy destroyer cut through the waves. On deck, 6 men stood ready, Royal Marines, elite commandos of the sea, trained for the impossible. But today was different. Today, they weren't carrying ropes, grappling hooks, or boarding ladders. Instead, they wore jet suits strapped to their backs, each one a fusion of steel, fuel, and firepower, machines that could make a man fly. The commander, Captain Ross, Falcon, Hayes, adjusted his visor as his headset crackled with static. "This is it, lads. Operation Sea Talon. No second chances." His voice was calm, but his pulse thundered beneath the layers of Kevlar. The target, a cargo ship hijacked by armed smugglers, 30 nautical miles from the coast. The mission, board and secure it, fast. Traditional boarding would take minutes. Jet suits would take seconds. Ross glanced at the horizon where the cargo ship loomed, black and silent, like a beast in waiting. The team formed a line on the deck, their suits humming with life. With a nod, they ignited. Fire roared beneath their arms and boots, and in an instant, the Marines lifted off the deck, rising above the storm, cutting through the salty wind like human missiles. Ross shot ahead, feeling the violent thrust slam against his body. His training screamed at him to stay calm, control his balance. The world below blurred, a chaos of water and steel. He could see the hijacked ship now, its crew scattered, unaware of the silent predators approaching from above. Falcon 1 to team, mark your targets. We go in 3. The countdown echoed in his ears. 3, 2, 1. They dropped. 6 figures fell from the clouds, their jet suits cutting off mid-air to silence their descent. They landed like shadows, Ross on the command deck, 2 on the bow, 3 near the engine room. Confusion erupted among the hijackers, their shouts swallowed by the storm. Ross raised his weapon. "Royal Marines, drop it." The first gunman spun toward him, but the Marines' reflexes were faster. A flash, a shout, and the man hit the deck. From below, another hijacker tried to fire up at the descending Marines, but a burst of smoke blinded him as one of the commandos swooped down, tackling him into the railing. "Engine room secured," came the call through Ross's comm. "Bridge clear," another voice answered. Ross moved toward the captain's quarters, boots splashing through rainwater. Inside, he found the ship's original crew, terrified but alive. "You're safe now," he said, his voice steady even as his jetpack hissed behind him. Moments later, gunfire erupted on the stern. Ross bolted out, propelling himself forward with a quick burst from the jets. The wind burned his face as he soared across the deck, landing hard near his men. A hijacker had grabbed one of the Marines, pressing a knife to his neck. "Don't move," the man screamed. Ross froze. Then, with surgical precision, he angled his right arm down and triggered a micro-burst from his thruster. The force sent a blinding wave of steam and rain toward the attacker. In the second of confusion that followed, Ross lunged, 1 strike, 1 takedown. The knife clattered to the deck. Within 10 minutes, the ship was under control. Every hijacker disarmed, every hostage safe, and above them, the sea's fury finally began to ease, as if nature itself respected the Marines' silent storm. As the destroyer drew closer to retrieve them, Ross stood at the bow, the ocean wind beating against his armor. His visor reflected the sunrise breaking through the clouds. Behind him, his team reattached their jetpacks, preparing for extraction. A young engineer on the Navy deck watched through binoculars and whispered, "They're like something out of the future." But Ross knew better. "Not the future," he said through the comms, smiling beneath his helmet. "Just the next evolution of courage." As they lifted into the air once more, fire beneath their feet and duty in their hearts, the Royal Marines vanished into the clouds, guardians of the sea, rewriting what it meant to take the fight to the skies.